This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, Bank of America is in trouble. They're hanging on by their fingernails. That's why I believe Warren Buffett dumped all those Bank of America shares, because he knows that Bank of America is in deep financial trouble. Okay? And we all know that Bank of America is the prime broker for Citadel. They're the ones that help Citadel do what they do. If Bank of America goes down, more than likely, Citadel will follow. But I believe Citadel will probably go first. And you know why? When push comes to shove, self-preservation kicks in. And the banks are not going to drown with the AMC GME naked shorters. At least I don't think they are. And I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell any stock. You have to do your own DD and come to your own conclusion. Listen, Bank of America allegedly violated the Bank Secrecy Act and the Sanction Compliance Program and anti-money laundering programs. The situation has gotten so out of hand that they have ordered Bank of America to hire an independent consultant to oversee their money laundering and Bank Secrecy Act information. Okay? That is absolutely crazy. And of course, they say we don't do any DD, we don't do any research, but I did a little DD, I did a little research. And I want you guys to think about this for a second, okay? The Bank Secrecy Act came out in 1970. After that, you had the Money Laundering Act in 1986. You had the Amunzan Wiley Anti-Money Laundering Act in 1992. And a lot of us are familiar with the Patriot Act after 9/11 in 2001, okay? So, over 50 years, there's been rules in place regarding money laundering, bank secrecy, sanctions, and compliance, okay? Over 50 years. And the most recent one is over 20 years ago, almost 24 years ago. Yet somehow, a big bank like Bank of America was not familiar with the anti-money laundering rules. Somehow, a big bank like Bank of America is not familiar with the Bank Secrecy Act. How is that even possible? Okay? That their knowledge of these laws are so terrible that they've been ordered to hire an independent counsel, or consultant rather, to oversee it. What does that tell you? I'm going to tell you what it tells me, and this is just my opinion. Bank of America is having liquidity issues, and they were deliberately, on purpose, engaging in violations of the anti-money laundering laws, engaging in violations of the Bank Secrecy Act in order to make profits. And you know what? The reason they're allowed to do that is because there are no real consequences. Can you imagine? They have been violating these laws for years. Laws that they should be aware of because they've been around for over 50 years. But somehow, Bank of America does not know about bank secrecy laws. Bank of America does not know about anti-money laundering laws. So when they violate them, it's a mistake. Do you think in any other industry, whether a lawyer, a doctor, insurance, real estate, any other industry, you could have no knowledge of 50-year-old laws, violate those laws, and still be allowed to participate in that industry? You would be banned for a long time or banned for life for violating 50-year-old laws of an industry. But somehow in the financial markets, these big banks, these prime brokers, they can violate laws that have been on the books for years. and there are no real consequences. And you know why? A majority of times, who are the victims of these institutions? Retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. So they could have no knowledge of 50-year-old laws. They're one of the biggest banks in America, but they don't know about Bank Secrecy Act. They don't know about anti-money laundering. And the reason they don't know, because they don't need to know. Because when they get caught violating the rules, what happens? They get fines, they get cease and desist orders, and then they get told to hire an independent consultant. That is their punishment for violating 50-year-old laws that they should be fully familiar with. I'm going to tell you guys something, and this is just my opinion. We need change. We need somebody in charge of the SEC, somebody in charge of the DOJ, somebody in charge of the FBI, somebody in charge of the OCC, who wants to enforce the rules of the market. What's been going on for the last 30, 40 years is absolutely insane. And I tell you guys this all the time. Had somebody told me that the United States financial market was this corrupt, I would have told them, are you crazy? This is not a third world country. But I am sorry to tell you guys, I have come to the conclusion that the United States financial market is the most corrupt financial market on this planet. That is just my opinion. Anyway, please leave some comments. Do you think that Bank of America was not familiar with the Bank Secrecy Act and the Anti-Money Laundering Act and rules that's been in place for over 50 years? And it's this why Warren Buffett dumped all his Bank of America shares. Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.